Hello everyone, my name is Negustita. Welcome to my channel, and today's pick a card is going to be about, what new love is coming your way. Additionally, I collaborate with Spirit on this. So we're gonna, also kind of look at what you need to know to prepare for this connection. Like what kind of lessons you still need to learn about love, kind of working through some potential obstacles or blockages that might be stopping, because you never know, the love you're looking for could be right around the corner. You just haven't really identified the corner yet. So with that being said, everybody, if you need time selecting your piles, pause the video here. If you already know which pile, just jump straight to it. Pile 1, pile 2, pile 3, and I will meet you there. Hello, pile 1. Thank you so much for clicking on this video and choosing to watch me decipher, right, with these messages, intuitively. Let's find out what it is you need to know to prepare for this new love coming your way. Before I actually get to it, though, I am going to cleanse the space. It's a part of my spiritual practices to set intentions. I want to receive messages that will align us with our highest good. I also want to receive clear and precise messages. Okay, clearing the space of negative energy, welcoming in positive energies. We are channeling with the Most High, with his angels and saints, right? With high vibrational individuals or energies is what I really want to work with to get and receive messages that will hopefully resonate with you guys the most, right? That's the intention here. Okay, I'm starting to tap into your guys' energy. Okay. Maybe some of you need to hear this message. Sit up straight. That was the message. Sit up straight. My pile 1s, you might be slouching. You guys might have, you might resonate with this if you have breasts, but potentially consider investing in something like maybe a high quality bra, or there are these things you could buy that will force you to like sit up straight. I don't know what they're called. There's some kind of like contraption, but I just feel like saying that. Also, we got the 9 of Pentacles, the 9 of Cups. I wear us with the deck. Also, I kind of wanted to talk about why I chose, for you guys, your crystal here is Black Obsidian, which is good for absorbing negative energy. For you guys, you might be dealing with a lot of like past negative energies. This pile here watching you potentially be people who where your crowd could have been low vibrational energies, and I feel like you guys are going through a process of even recognizing or purging that negative energy from your life, which could be the thing you need to do before you can meet your divinely guided one, right? Like a soulmate, because I really feel like this pile here isn't really looking for a fling or a simple love. You don't want anything that comes in fast because it'll leave just as quickly. You're looking for something more stable. Some of you watching may actually be marriage minded. You guys could be older, or just very mature people in general, or you're working on becoming that way. I feel like this pile is very, I want to say elegant. There's something about you that's very elegant. Like you have an old beauty to you, like a beauty that was found very appealing in the 50s type of thing, or 60s. There's a quality about you that's very vintage, because it's almost like no matter how much time passes, that one song, Classic? Baby, you so classic. That's playing in my head, and I haven't heard that song in fucking years. So we're tapped in. We're tapped in. Leave a little like, leave a little comment, telling me I'm tapped in, or whatever you want to relay. I do encourage communication. I haven't even gotten to the tarot. This is just what I'm picking up. Yeah, you guys are looking to open up. You guys are looking for love. Obviously, that's why you clicked on this video. But this pile in particular, you know, you are looking for something. There's something, I want to say, you have like Scorpio energy, Scorpiotic energy. For some of you watching, you know, it could be one of your in your big three, or you could have a stallion in Scorpio. But really, I'm getting more so like main three, like moon in Scorpio, rising Scorpio. May some of you, your sun may be in Scorpio. There's something about you that's just so like deep. Like people can just tell, like, oh, like you don't really do surface level stuff, but people may still come at you with that energy and you may entertain it, but you have every intention to take this person deep into your life. You know, like you have no intentions to just keep them on the shallow end. You plan on taking them to the deep part, and not everybody's ready for that. So I'm sure you've had a lot of experiences where you know, had to realize like, oh, like not everybody wants to go that far with me. But it's a beautiful quality. It's a beautiful quality in a person to not really be so shallow, to be deep, you know, to care, to want to open up to that capacity. And I do feel like this pile may have had experiences where you had to deal with a lot of like shallowness, and that's annoying. You may have people you can't quite get rid of yet who are vibrating in that like shallow end, but you guys, I feel like this pile is ready to drop those people. I was about to say drop their ass. You guys are ready, I feel like, to move on from that energy. It's honestly so beautiful. I have to say I'm proud. Okay, so let's get into the messages, Spirit. So what new love is coming to my pile one, and what should they know to prepare for it? Okay, so the first part of this question I'm gonna answer later. The first part of the question I asked, I'm gonna have to have answered after we answer the first part. What does pile number one should know to prepare for this new love? Okay, so we got the Page of Pentacles. What should pile one know about themselves or about their new partner to prepare for this love? Okay, that was very eye-opening, if you will. Okay, so pile one. Wow, I have a lot of questions. So I'm gonna read what I can from the spread, and then I'm gonna go in and ask like specific questions. So okay, first off, I do feel like this pile, you guys may have like a sun in an earth sign, so Taurus, Virgo, potentially Capricorn. I do feel a little bit of Leo here, you know, with the with the Six of Wands. Okay, additionally, another message. I feel like you guys here watching are tarot readers, or your baby tarot readers. You're like getting into it. You're on the right track here. With that being said, because I do definitely feel like you guys do dabble in divination of your own, especially with this Page of Pentacles. I really do feel like someone who practices tarot. Okay, but something you need to know, honestly, I'm not really getting too much about, nothing negative here. It's really just like, you know, this person you may find what you're looking for, but whom you're going to find and build that with is someone who's equally as stable or very stable individual. Oh my gosh, there's so many messages here. Okay. Okay, so you guys, like, I do feel like for some of you, this person coming in your life is definitely going to be a high vibrational individual. Who you're bringing into your life is a successful person. I feel like that, or you yourself may be the successful person. You know, take it as you will. But I do feel like for some of you, there's going to be a period of adjustment when you meet this individual, and it may not necessarily feel comfortable, because I feel like this person is going to elevate you in a lot of different ways. I don't think I can actually figure out what it is for each person watching, because I think that's part of the reason why the messages are clear, but they're not all cohesive, right? Like, because this isn't a reading for like one person. Even if it was, girl, sometimes readings just get like that. Like, there's just so many different messages, and they feel like they come in different directions. It's, anyways. Oh, okay, so Yeah, you guys are, I feel like you got your eye on wealth. For the people watching here, I do feel like you have a healthy obsession with gaining finances. I do feel like this pile here is winners, or they're looking for someone who's a winner, especially with the Six of Wands. I'm not really getting anything negative about that. I do just, in general, want to say, right, like everything comes within a balance. You have seasons where you succeed, and you also have seasons where maybe success looks a little bit different. Maybe it doesn't even really look like an upwards incline, but it could be a bit of a dip. You know, just keep that in mind. Page of Pentacles, I do feel like this pile here, you know, you guys you've manifested something, manifestations, your manifestation powers are growing, especially if you have like a moon in Scorpio, or some water sign placement in like a moon placement. I just do feel like you guys have a better way of working with the energy that the moon provides us and turning that energy into manifestation, right? Like you're fueling your abilities to manifest in that way. Oh my gosh, I feel like there's something here I want to tap into. There's an energy here making itself available for me to read into, but it's kind of hard to decipher. So give me a minute. I do definitely feel like you guys will be receiving some kind of public recognition for your wealth. That could be the way a new opportunity finds itself to you, and that opportunity could be related to romance. I do feel like the people watching here are very independent individuals. You guys are... Oh, hey. Oh, never mind. I thought that was Scorpio. It's actually Virgo. But I do definitely feel like the people watching here either probably have their own accounts or something. I don't know. I do feel like you guys are like on the verge of some major success. May not even really be related to your love life, but you may even get an offer through those requests. Like, let's say your TikToks blow up or something, or YouTube or Instagram, or wherever you put your energy in, Facebook, and because of that, you find the right person. There's some confusion here. I feel like you guys are under right now, especially in regards to who to pursue, or, you know, even like this feels like a past person, but someone new is also coming in. Okay, Spirit. So what do they need to know to prepare for this new love coming in their life? What do they need to know to prepare for this new love? Oh my God. We have the Two of Cups here. That came out very strange. And then we also got the Two of Wands. There's a lot. I don't think I really completely explained the energy. It's still kind of hard for me to like put into words what I am feeling. It's not overwhelming, but it's also underwhelming. It's like it's the feeling of something that is overwhelming and underwhelming, and like you're kind of like in that in between. It's very strange. Okay, so what do they need to know to prepare for this new love? I do, honestly, for you guys, I don't think you really need to do anything. For you guys, in order to prepare for this new love, I genuinely think that like where you are currently, where you're heading, where you put your attention, like where you focus is actually like in alignment. You're already doing what you can. I don't even think there is suggestions here. I think it's just more clarity. I feel like there is a past situation you guys need to come clean about. I do think there's a situation here with somebody that, you know, it's I saw the King of Cups at the bottom of the deck. I don't know if that energy is relevant here now, but what I see with this spread at the bottom is, you know, it does feel like somebody had to make a tough decision to walk away, you know, with something that wasn't actually in alignment with who they are anymore. This could be a soulmate connection. But remember, soulmate connections are all about love, self-love in particular. This twin flame journey, if you guys have heard of that, the twin flame concept is about self-love. The whole thing is about you choosing yourself. And one day, if you do the spiritual work, the healing work, the choice to choose yourself is the same. It's going to be in alignment with this other person. Like, I really okay, another way of thinking about it is like, okay, so most twin flame relationships, you typically like don't succeed because one person or the other is toxic, or both people are toxic, and that's usually what causes that back and forth, right? Because there are unhealed wounds coming up, and you guys are meant to address those wounds together. Or it's not even, if not together, you're really actually just meant to acknowledge that you have this wound and that it needs you to address it, because that's what's causing all the chaos in an otherwise loving connection. And then once you do all that work, and once you do what you need to do to heal internally, then being around this other person isn't going to trigger you anymore. It's not going to cause you pain. In fact, the two of you ideally can coexist together. Not just coexist, it's like it would feel like the uniting of two halves, basically, because this other person has experienced very similar wounds to you, but potentially in the opposite side of it. So like one person could be an abuser and the other person could be the abusee or whatever, right? Like, I mean, of course, in a healthy dynamic, there's no abuse involved, but obviously this connection is meant to heal even those type of wounds, and that can happen only, anyway, please don't be with people who abuse you, though. That's actually like unforgivable. But anyways, the way this information is being presented to me is when you enter these connections with people, it's usually because like, one way of thinking about it is like, let's say you grew up with a parent who like is an alcoholic. You may find that your twin flame is also an alcoholic, right? Or they do the same type of shit. They have some type of vice. And it's like, it's a bunch of like subliminal stuff, right? Like you're not really consciously choosing partners who drink, who are alcoholics, right? But you end up with somebody who doesn't know when to stop because they're dealing with internal stuff. And once they heal that internal stuff, then quitting will be a lot easier. And then their healed version of themselves is like is your counterpart, basically. And the two of you are trying to get the other person to that point where they can become your counterpart, because what you really sense with that person is the potential for them to get there, right? And that's what this whole twin flame shit is about. Because like otherwise, why would you want to be with someone who's an alcoholic, right? Like why would you have feelings for somebody who does not hold themselves in high regard? It's because like you feel like you're the one who's meant to elevate that person. But sometimes elevation it's like an uncomfortable process, and for some people they'll do what they can to avoid it, and at some point you have to make the decision to choose yourself. That's usually what happens in these connections, where one person isn't willing to do the work and the other person is, because one person's tired of this cycle that never seems to end. Like, every day it's a new argument over a new thing. But the real problem is one person can't love themselves enough to be content in the present moment, right? Like there's some type of issue here being dug up, even so far back to like childhood wounds, that need to be addressed in order for this connection to be like water flowing into each other, right? And so I do feel like with this pile, you may have had to experience something like that, a situation where you had to choose yourself, or this could just be a past relationship in general, that I feel like somebody needs to come clean about some sort of thing, okay? This seems like this pile, maybe for you guys, there's some closure you need to get, or you have to go give someone closure, okay? Maybe somebody doesn't understand why you have to walk away. If you did walk away from a person, okay, and also I did want to just say this. So in these journeys, in the soulmate connection, the goal is for you to actually just to choose to love yourself over the other person, right? If someone isn't giving you the treatment you believe you deserve, then you are meant to walk away from them. And sometimes, you know, God, your angels, the universe will reconnect you, you know, back into this person's life once they have done the work they need to do. And then just by interacting with them, you could tell, you know, if it's time. But I do definitely feel like this pile, with this Two of Cups energy, you may have had to choose yourself in a situation where maybe you were going back and forth with someone, you know, somebody at some point that you were in alignment with when you were in your, you know, losing season, when you're in the season of your life where everything was dark and gray and sad and depressing. This person and you bonded like crazy, right? And now that you're elevating, you're healing, you are even dabbling a bit into spirituality, and you're getting a little comfortable here in the spiritual space. Maybe once before you didn't feel like you had a place, but now you feel like everything works out in your best interest, including even the bad times. And now it seems like there may be some people around you need to let go. It could be people from your the past version of yourself made friends that would only ever bond and get along with the past version of yourself. I feel like this pile is ascending past them, and you are being asked to let go of these people, or at least set boundaries. I don't know. I do kind of feel like some of you might be playing it safe. Maybe you're trying to like still keep them, but they're weighing you down. I do feel like there's like something you need to be honest about. Okay, so can I get clarifiers about this Two of Cups, Spirit? Yeah, I do definitely think it's about a connection that did not play out the way you had hoped. I do feel like this is a past love here that you need to let go of, a past person of some sort. Somebody, you may still be in contact with this individual, may have had romantic feelings for this individual. I don't know. It was a connection where you felt like you lost something by not being able to be with them. Okay, what about this Two of Wands, Spirit? What about this Two of Wands? Yeah, so it does definitely feel like you guys had to walk away from somebody. Okay, I keep getting like walking away, and it could be because this person, or maybe you were the one who was indulging in, I feel like, you know, somebody here was presented a crossroads. You know, they had two options in front of them, and I'm getting one option was to continue as they were, and the other option was to start something new with a person. And it feels like you or the person you're thinking about, or someone from your past, chose to continue in the same cycles, you know. And I do feel like what motivated this person was greed, or if this is you, it was greed. It was a lot about money, you know. And then what about the Seven of Swords? And if it was about money, then most likely this King of Pentacles grew up poor. It comes from a place of like lack and distrust in the universe's ability to provide for you. So someone has been using their manifestation powers to manifest more than what they actually need, and it comes from you needing to heal a wound more so than you actually needed the money. Okay, Seven of Swords, Spirit. Can I get a clarifier for the Seven of Swords? Okay, so it does definitely feel like someone needs to be honest about how they truly felt about a person. So maybe you guys watching need to hear that this King of Pentacles actually did feel the same connection with you, like felt like you were their soulmate. Or this King of Pentacles needs to be honest to the person, or if you're this King of Pentacles, if you were that person who's obsessed with greed, then maybe you guys are the ones who need to come back and tell somebody how you truly feel about them. I do feel like there's some kind of, that's the message with this bottom row. What about this Page of Pentacles, Spirit? Can I get a clarifier? Okay, guys. This card like rolled over on the ground. I don't know what position to take it in, so I'm gonna take it in the upright. So Ace of Wands. Okay, well, so I do feel like this road does also connect to the message below here. I do definitely feel like someone is finally going after their passions, but they're doing it in a very wise way. I want to use the word wise because someone's actually putting some thought into how they pursue their future. You know, someone isn't just rushing into these projects, or maybe, you know, to me personally, when I see the Ace of Wands, I think of an opportunity that may appear to quickly, but it'll also disappear just as quick, right? If you don't seize it, or maybe there's a chance because it's so fiery in nature that the fire will go out, you know? And I feel like the people watching are going to resonate with this. I feel like your approach to this is very practical and in a way where you can actually do it every day. Okay, so for some of you, you know, take this only if it resonates. Like maybe you have a podcast, right? The podcast is about what you've learned on your spiritual journey, and it's like, yeah, you know, it's like it's what you've learned on your spiritual journey. That's what your podcast could be about. Or if not podcast, it could be like an artist thing, or you know, you're making music about an experience, and the way you pursue it is what's going to create your 10 of Pentacles. I do feel like this pile is capable of creating their own wealth and doing so in like a balanced out way, in a way where you still have time for yourself, you still have time to take care of yourself, to prioritize the people in your life you do love, you know, without getting too blindsided by the grind. You know, yeah, I hope these messages are resonating with you. I'm just saying whatever's coming up. What about this 10 of Pentacles spirit? What about the 10 of Pentacles? I don't want to accept it. What about the 10 of Pentacles? I get a clarifier. Yeah, I do definitely feel like there was some of that bad advice somebody here could have taken. We get another King of Cups, another King card that showed up here. I do definitely feel like this pile is in their masculine energy. Maybe a bit jaded. Okay, some of you like are too much into the grind, that maybe you're not really taking time for yourself, and maybe that's what you guys need to work on. Some of the people watching this may need, you know, for you, what you need to work on to prepare for this new love coming into your life is working out a healthy, like setting up boundaries between you and work. Okay, there's a lot. That's what it is. Okay, there's a lot of different messages. Okay, some of you watching are a masculine energy or in your masculine energy, and you're coming off as very cold, like especially to people who are romantically interested in you, or detached emotionally, or even manipulative. You know, some of you are coming off that way, and if that's not your intentions, if you're not intending to manipulate people or appear to be cold, then it could be because you don't really have a healthy balance or boundary between you and work. And so for you, what you need to work on to prepare for your new love coming in your life is actually setting up those boundaries, or at least letting people know that you're busy, and still being like tapped into a source of authentic love within yourself. So when you are with the people that you care about, they know you care about them, and they don't need to really question it. But I feel like for some of you watching, like, you may have people thinking you're evil when your true intentions may not actually be as such. You're just kind of detached, you're cold, and it has a lot to do more so with the hurt that you've experienced rather than you looking to hurt other people like that. But that is a distinction you're going to have to go out of your way to prove as many times as necessary, so that the people in your life know that they can trust you. Especially if you're looking for new love offers. If you are looking for a long-term relationship, then the advice here is like to keep a long-term relationship with someone. You have to go out of your way. And it's not just in grand action. Like, you don't just have to get this person a bouquet of 124 flowers, you know, no, like not that dramatic, but you need to let this person know, like, you think about them, you know, whether you send them a message, or there's things you can do. Like, there's this like a wristwatch I saw that you can tap on to let your partner know that you love them. You're gonna have to show people that you're faithful. Okay, like, that you aren't going out there talking to other people. It does definitely, you give either player vibes or like, you don't give the best vibe, okay? The vibe you're giving is like, I'm here to just use and discard you afterwards. And if you are looking for love, then that vibe is gonna have to be checked. You're gonna have to show people a very vulnerable side of yourself if you want them to trust you. You know, like, but don't manipulate. Anyway, however that comes up to you authentically in those moments of how to express yourself, then I would trust that. And be open to the fact that you may still get your heart broken, and to not be persuaded out of love, okay? And that's really going to resonate for my masculines watching, or people who have, you know, people who are in their masculine energy. You're pursuing wealth right now more than anything else. You're pursuing a job, a career, a passion more than you are, you know, other aspects of life, especially your own like mental. And you know, that message is going to resonate with you as well. Okay, so for others of you watching, I do feel like some of the people here are very intuitive in nature, or they're becoming intuitive. They're people who are unlocking spiritual gifts from doing spiritual work. I do feel like some of you are starting to really embrace, you know, your abilities to manifest when you set your mind to something. And I do feel like the people watching this pile maybe uncovering their inner power, especially like emotionally speaking, like tapping into their heart space. But there does seem to be a situation you all will be able to resonate with, and it's a love that couldn't, like, it's a love between you and someone you suspect to be your soulmate or twin flame. Okay, and it does feel like someone made a choice to stay away from this connection. Maybe because they felt like they needed to do more work on themselves, maybe because of personal reasons, or because they feel like they haven't done enough work on them, like, or maybe they're not in a financial place they want to be to really come back to this connection. But it seems like as you've strayed away from this, the other person involved in this connection has been forced to choose the self-love route, you know, like now they have to go love themselves. And on this journey of choosing to love themselves, they have it's kind of like this other person, you know, take this only if it resonates. If you left a situation and you left it kind of messy with somebody that you saw as a soulmate, or you saw as a twin flame, or whatever, right? Like someone you thought you could build a future with, it does feel like this other person thinks you never loved them. And you may know that too. Like you may think like, oh, they probably don't know that I actually do care for them. And it does seem like for you then the advice here is to actually come clean and confess how you actually felt about them the whole time. That could benefit you in preserving the relationship. But for some of you, this person is definitely gonna move on regardless. And it's your challenge here now is to love yourself. It seems like, you know, as they say, the turntables, or how the tables turn. Anyways. I do feel like this is a journey where the both of you are meant to choose, you know, love, to choose to love yourself in every circumstance, in every situation. Right? Like I do feel like I totally forgot to cover them up. Butt ass naked. Anyway, so, right, and the reason why I say that is because to get into it from this other person's perspective, I do, and this is like super specific for like some of the people watching this. I don't even know if this is going to resonate with everybody, but if so far you resonated with the part of, you know, you thinking you met a soulmate and they chose to leave you anyways, you know, for X, Y, and Z, understand the person, whatever compelled them to leave this connection, right, this God-ordained connection, right, was more important than, it was like it's healing work that they needed to do, that was more important than them being with you. But this is already an extremely important event in someone's life. So for something to be more important, you're gonna have to like put it in that perspective of like, oh, this was like serious type of shit, right? And now for the person here who left, I do feel like there was a bit of bad luck or bad karma you may have experienced, which was meant to humble you. And now that you've kind of come full circle back to this connection, it does feel like this connection is leaving. Like, it doesn't, I'm not really getting that you'll actually be able to be with this person in this lifetime, right? Like, or maybe later on. I don't know how things play for you. You know, hope things work out, of course. But what I'm getting is like, now is your turn to choose self-love. It's your turn to go and do the work. Now you have to go heal and learn to love yourself. The goal here is for you to love yourself. This connection showed up in your life so that you could learn to love yourself. Right? In each of these cards that are romantic relate, like these in tarot, if you're unfamiliar, these 3 cards, I'm gonna have to cover them up, but in tarot, these 3 cards are considered one of the most like romantic in the deck. So when they show up in the reverse, you know, they have a tendency to be perceived as like unhealthy, or it wasn't the real thing. But in either way, whether it's in the upright or in the reverse, you'll see the words self-love. But you'll see the self-love more so if it's in the reverse, right? Like, so in here we have self-love, in the reverse here, it's the first thing. And most of the cards. Okay, so you're probably thinking, all right, so why do I need to know that? Excuse me, experiencing a bit of a throat chakra blockage. Because this is what you need to learn. You need to learn that the point of relationships is actually to love yourself. It's not really to love the other person, but to love yourself. And however close you get to loving yourself through another person, I feel like is the more authentic that connection was, right? The more, I mean, and this is what we would call in human terms like soulmate type connections, right? The closer you get to another person, it's actually the closer you are getting to yourself. People are like mirrors to our souls, to ourselves. And for you guys in particular, I feel like, you know, maybe for some time now, you haven't really been able to do that, able to go deep, able to love yourself. And you might have met someone so that they could trigger that out of you, so you can actually start healing the things. Because the further, if you have rejected this person, it's 100% because you rejected yourself, right? And, or, you know, take this if it resonates. Anyways, the more you reject yourself, the harder it's going to be for you to love this person. It's going to be impossible. In fact, like, your self-rejection is the reason why this connection has failed. Something like that, anyway. And so for you guys, right, like with this self-love here, the point here isn't so you hurt and realize you missed out on a good thing. The point is you missed out on a good thing because you are the good thing. You were the good thing. And you wouldn't allow that because you don't believe you are the good thing. You may have thought this other person was the good thing, but baby, you were the prize the whole time. And I'm not saying like this so you feel better about yourself. I'm sure this, you know, if this resonates, if you're this King of Pentacles here in reverse, you have shadow traits. You have a dark side to you, and it's going to need to be healed for you to be in your next relationship, in a healthy relationship. If you want to be in a healthy relationship that will last you a while, you are going to need to heal those darker parts of yourself. And I'm going into this because I feel guided by Spirit to tell you about how you deserve to be loved, and you deserve to show love to yourself. in the deepest capacity possible. I feel like for the people watching here, you may have experienced a lot of hurt. You may have experienced a lot of pain, especially, you know, from childhood. There are things deeply rooted within you, and you don't even acknowledge it as hurt. You don't even acknowledge it as pain. And I do feel like that's what caused the separation, because this connection, you could, another way to think about it is, when you are in your most high vibrational state, you are emanating an energy of self-love, authenticity, and healing. If you are in any other frequency other than authenticity, love, and healing, you are not going to match with people who are your soulmates. You're going to match with people a bit below that. You know, people who are vibrating in a lower frequency. But when everybody can bring their anyway, we all have the potential to be soulmates with each other. It's just like a matter of how much internal work we're willing to do to get there. And high vibrational love is that's what these soulmate connections are. These are the connections where, you know, this person loves you not just for you, but for the child you once were. You know, all those times where, and I'm sorry if this is very graphic, but I do feel like some of the people here watching may have experienced abuse in childhood, specifically childhood. I do feel like some of the people watching here associated love with hurt. You know, so maybe your parents abused you, or you may have had a family member or a trusted friend who used to abuse you in any capacity, in any regard of abuse. Okay, and this has formed the way that you grow attached to people. This shaped the way you grew attached to others. Because now in your mind, if they really love me, they're gonna hurt me a little bit. Or a lot, you know? Even though you didn't like the pain, you've associated the pain with love. So if you come across a connection like this where there's absolutely no pain involved, you reject it, because that's not true love. That's not the love you know. But the reason why you know love that's hurtful, love that hurts you, is because that is what you know. And now it's time for you to grow. It's time for you to know more than what you used to know. And that's really what spiritual work is. To be completely honest, is expanding your horizon. Sometimes people are able to accomplish this by traveling the world and being able to go deeper within themselves, because they're around people they don't know in places that maybe they don't speak the language, and they have to actually go deep within their mind. And this connection was here not to hurt you, but to help you love yourself. The whole point of this is to love yourself. Nothing is more important, to be completely honest, but loving yourself, right, isn't excusing your wrong actions. It's being accountable for your wrong actions and to do the work to mend them. Because nothing's impossible, okay? You can mend mistakes, but only if you're willing, only if you want to be. All right, you guys, and especially to my masculines watching this, or, you know, anybody in their masculine energy, it does feel like you might be overcompensating a little bit with work or external things to promote or to give yourself a sense of self-worth. But it's not founded, it's not rooted in love. You're doing this because you think if you don't, you're lacking something. But the truth is, you're divine, okay? I know it's hard to remember because we're all living a human experience, and we forget that we're actually, you know, souls. You know, we're actually divine beings living a human experience. We forget that's kind of the point. You know, we get engulfed in this love or hate or whatever. You know, we just get so attached to the worldly things that we forget that we're actually not worldly beings. You know, our souls come from places farther out than just Earth. And it's amazing, you know, how all of this works. It's actually very fascinating. And I feel like, you know, maybe the people watching here are on the tip of that understanding, or, you know, for some of you, maybe you're going to be with someone who's on that level of understanding. But the truth of the matter is, we are divine beings, and so are you. And so are you, even if you feel very, very far removed from your divinity. It still exists within you. You are still worthy of so much love, but you're gonna have to do it the right way. You're gonna have to show someone that you actually care about them in a way where they don't question it. And if you were wondering, how do I make someone feel loved? Sometimes you gotta ask. Sometimes you just have to have that conversation. Sometimes you need to go pick someone's brain. But if you're doing it with the intentions to be cold and manipulative, it's not going to end very well for you. And I feel like for some of you, you may have a tendency to take the easy way out instead of doing the actual work to heal. You'll just this pile may have copied other people's homework before, so that's what I'm getting. Like, you guys might be the type to, when you know, homework day comes around, right, and teacher asks for the homework, you're quick to just copy off of your partner, so that, you know, all your answers, it looks like you did the work, but you never actually did. So when the actual test comes around, you're a little bit fucked because you didn't study enough, or because you weren't doing your own homework, and now, you know, you failed the test, or you don't get the grades you wanted. So, you know, let that analogy really sit with you for a second and realize, like, this is not a connection you can cheat God with. If you want the soulmate, you can't pretend to do the work. You actually have to do the work. You have to emanate true and authentic, pure, high vibrational self-love for you to attract this person again. And, you know, there is a chance, though, that you could be gifted another soulmate. However, I wouldn't bet on it. Anyways, with that being said, let's see here. What's the Six of Wands? Can I get a clarifier for the Six of Wands, Spirit? Now we got real deep, huh? That's what we do on this channel. If you like it, subscribe. Okay, so we got this Sun card here. I do feel like whomever you're attracting, maybe a Leo, because this is double Leo energy with the Sun. I do feel like, though, you know, for some of you, what you need to know about your future partner, okay, that's what it is. So for some of you, what you need to know about your future partner is this person is a hoot. Okay, they're stunning on the inside and the out. This person is very intelligent as well. Okay, I'm getting intelligent vibes. Leo can be a sophisticated sign. I do also feel like this person is just, there's someone who is filled with love, with joy, with positivity. This is a high vibrational being. This is somebody who's living and walking in their divinity. No matter if they're, you know, woman, man, non-binary, whomever your soulmate is that you're inquiring about, this person is just very, like, they emanate a light. I would even go so far to say is this person has a temperature to them. Like, when it's cold, it's actually warmer around them. Like, they emanate such energy. They're so high vibrational. This person may also get warm very easily too. But and, you know, potentially, don't take that as a sign. It's just something that came out my mind. Came out my mouth. Anyway, I do definitely feel like this person, this is like where I feel like you guys are moving towards. Like, you're, you know, whether you resonate with this like twin flame journey here at the bottom, or whether, you know, you're this manifester who's just discovering their manifestation abilities, you know, wherever you are in this journey, however it really resonates, I do feel like for the pile here watching, what you guys do have in common is the person you want, or this new love coming in, or for some of you, it could be a past person you're trying to work and amend things on to be with, or for some of you, it's a new person. For this pile, it can go 50-50. I'm not really sure if it's one way or the other 100%, but I do feel like for this pile here, like this new love, this person may be fiery. They may be very quick, very quick-witted. This is probably someone too who might be a bit like famous, or they may have a public profile. This person could definitely have some success in the public eye. And it has a lot to do with their personality, like who they are as a person is the reason why people know of them very well. This person is, again, I said, stunning, loving. I don't know how they dress. I don't even know if they have a good style, but it doesn't matter because it's their aura. It's their aura that's going to attract you to them. It's their aura that is going to make you know, oh, this is that person. This is the person the tarot lady I watched was talking about. And yeah, anyways, the number 19 might be important for you guys. Yeah, I do feel like, you know, you're going to have a very stable connection with this individual. It's also going to be very, You guys may work on finances together. You guys may both be in a very similar position in life when you do meet. I do also feel like, yeah, there's a lot here about like building as well. I think you guys would build together an empire, so to speak. But with that being said, we're now going to move on to the oracle portion of the reading here. And I'm going to grab this romance oracle deck. I believe it's, yeah. And we're just going to see what we can pull about your guys' the new love coming in your life. I'm leaving the questions kind of vague. So, you know, Spirit will fill in the blanks. But Spirit, please tell me, you know, what new love is coming in pile 1's life. Okay, so we got attraction. You attract romantic love by enjoying this moment fully. And you deserve love. That's so funny because that's literally what I was saying. Okay, you guys, so let the messages speak for themselves. You guys are, you know, I do feel like this pile is learning how to live in the moment, to love in the moment, okay, to enjoy every moment. And, because, like, okay, you need to understand something about high vibrational individuals. As somebody, you know, me, I'm speaking as a high vibrational ass bitch. Okay, we don't really, we stay away from people who are not operating in our frequency of self-love. What is ultimately going to attract you to this person is how much they love themselves. Whether you acknowledge that as the reason why they're so high vibrational, the point is, like, they have a love for themselves that extends past what we know with human logic. This person loves the trees, the flowers, the birds, the bees, the everything. Okay, and if you are not at that level of love, you may very well scare them off. Okay, I don't really see this person as someone who puts up with anything. They don't put up with bullshit. They don't put up with excuses. They don't put up with lies, and don't lie to them either, because they'll know. They can tell what is authentic because they live in their authentic truth. You don't need to be psychic to know when someone's lying to you. If they're not emanating this authentic, positive, healthy, like, energy, then chances are they're lying to themselves about something, or they believe something that's obstructing their view of love. Okay, and that's how this person thinks. And if you want to be with this person, you're going to have to start thinking the same way. Understand that you are deserving of love, and take it with baby steps, okay? Start off with not saying anything negative about yourself. That's your challenge. Don't say anything negative about yourself or others. And start small, okay? And then work your way up to complimenting yourself. That's the next step. You know, like, so your brain is filled with affirmations of I love myself, I love the world around me. This is some deep transformative shit, all right? And I'm gonna pull more of an, like, more oracles to get more messages out, and then that will be the reading. Okay, Spirit, what can you tell us about the new love coming in pile 1's life? We got priorities lie ahead. Prosperity, my God. Prosperity lies ahead. New moon Taurus. Ooh, so I was right about this. I do definitely think you guys will build wealth together. If you're not already rich, I do feel like you guys will actually build that together. This connection will serve you in more than one way. And then we got you are good enough, Moon and Virgo. That's so freaking, you guys are so funny for this. You guys are so funny for this. And notice how green is present in, like, most of the oracles here. I'm someone, you know, who studies a bit about chakra points. It does definitely feel like there is some kind of thing you need to heal, a blockage stemming from your heart space. So I would recommend wearing the color green. Even if it's not your color, I'd suggest it anyway. And really work on the I love affirmation statements, which are in association with your heart space. I do feel like this pile needs to work on that before they can come in union with this person. If you want this person really bad, so bad that you think I don't know, like you'll explode if you don't have them, then please start working on loving yourself, because that's the key. That's the key. That's the secret ingredient to being with them. Or so I think. All right. And, you know, sooner rather than later, but take your time. Obviously, you don't want to rush into anything, but it's with yourself. So anyway, okay, well, that was the reading pile number 1. I do certainly hope the messages resonate with you, and until next time, bye. Hello everyone, my name is Negustita. Welcome back to my YouTube channel, and thank you so much for watching. Pile number 2, I did want to say, before I even tapped into the energy, before I even got into it, I could just tell, you know, the people who chose this pile have an inner warrior to them, an inner power. Okay, and I feel like it's very quiet when people first meet you. They don't really know, but they know something's up about you. Like, they know in your energy, like, you're not a regular schmegular Joe who puts up with a boyfriend who cheats on them like every other week. No, no, no. Either you have a fiery nature to you, or there's something about you. Like me, you might be a Taurus or a Virgo. You have a very, like, quiet but powerful presence. Like, people know, like, they don't want to get on your bad side, because even though they can't see it, they know, like, you have a source within you, a side to you that's very, like, oh, you don't want to mess with this pile. Like, you don't want to mess with pile number 2. Okay. And I just want to say again, like, thank you so much for clicking on this video. Thank you so much for watching. Oh my gosh, like, I don't know. I'm very grateful that the pile here, you know, has come to my channel and found my video and chose this pile. I'm not really sure why, I just am. But, okay, maybe you guys are powerful. I wouldn't even be surprised if you were like a CEO or something, or you have your own job, your own business, like whatever you do, you thrive very well at. Anyway, you're very powerful as a person, I just feel like, or you're already well established or accomplished in something. Well, you know, whomever you are, you're welcome here, and, you know, thank you for coming again. But let's just tap into the energy. Actually, wait, before I get to channeling, I am going to cleanse the space from the previous piles. I also set the intention here to receive clear messages from Spirit and to help align us, you and even me, right? Like all of us, on our paths of the highest good. Okay, so let's take a deep breath in. Okay, pile number 2. All right, I love the smell of Palo Santo, but I know that my fan doesn't not like it, or my little, what do you call them? Fire alarms. Yeah, so I'm gonna take this out. Yeah. Okay, cool. Pretty much out. All right, pile number 2. Let's figure out, you know, what's new in love, right? And what's coming towards you, but what specifically, you know, what do you need to do to prepare for it? So Spirit, what does pile number 2 need to do to prepare for this new love coming in their life? Okay. I feel like for you guys, it's a matter of being open, because you definitely do receive a lot of offers, but you may close yourself off from them. And if you aren't well established or accomplished in a specific career, or if you don't really have, like, you know, let's say a whole lot going for you, or so you think, I do want to let you know your energy says otherwise. So you may have dealt with a lot of people who are jealous of you or angry at you, and you're kind of confused, like, what could they be angry about? What could they be jealous about? But it's quite literally your presence, your essence, your energy. This is something you don't really have control over, but people can just tell you're destined for something great. And, you know, sometimes people will think they're the hot shit until they meet the hot shit, and then they're starting to feel like shit. And that's not something you can control. Really, that's something for the people around you to heal. But sometimes people don't choose to heal. They actually just lash out and make everything personal. But anyway, so Spirit, what does my pile 2 need to know in order to prepare for this new love coming their way? Okay, so the first card that came out here is the Six of Wands, which is funny because the last pile got a Six of Wands as well. So there's something here about success. You know, your success, your person might be successful. Okay, so then we got the Ace of Pentacles here in reverse. There could be an opportunity coming your way that you might be tempted to take, but really it could be a test or a challenge, or maybe it's not really meant for you, but it's still going to present itself to you, all right? There's some type of opportunity that will look good, but it may not actually be good, and you think it'll guarantee success. Like, okay, then we got the Four of Cups. Okay, this could be something in regards to your past. I'm starting to get a bit of like a past energy here. What do they need to do to prepare? So maybe for some of you, it's about releasing someone from the past. Okay, then we got the Knave of Pentacles. So this is interesting because this card also did show up in the past pile as well. Knave of Pentacles, meaning, you know, really like Page of Pentacles. Or I guess in this case it'd be coins, and this would be chalices. So like the Knave of coins. You know, maybe for some of you, it's actually what you need to do is mature and learn the lessons, especially in situations where you feel stuck or you felt rejected, you know, or maybe you rejected and now you feel stuck because you shouldn't have. I feel like for some of you, what you need to do to prepare for a new love is to mature, in some aspect, you know. Because you have a lot of potential, but maybe the way you treat people is the problem. You know, take it if it resonates, of course. We got the, yeah, I do definitely feel like there's some petty energy here. Like there's an immaturity of some sort, or like conflict loving side. I mean, I'm not really sure, but what you're looking for is a divine union. Yeah, you're looking for the real thing. You're looking for real love, and maybe you've dealt with immature people and it's not actually you. And maybe what you need to know is to recognize the signs, right? You know, and maybe to actually just emotionally detach yourself from these situations, remove yourself from these situations where you feel unappreciated or unloved correctly, and to remember to not get, you know, you guys may be very giving of your energy and your time, unknowing that like that's causing you harm, right? Like you might be in situations where when you're doing well, everyone else around you seems upset, but then when you're doing bad, then everyone around you is like doing well. Okay, really truly stay away from people like that. For this pile, I feel like the message here is like you may be a high vibrational individual, or you might have a lot of like power to you. Like people look at you and look at how like it takes a whole village. And fire doesn't even let... what I'm getting here is like... I mean, I think this moment is supposed to be in celebration of this woman, but another interpretation is these men are like... In my head, I feel like they're trying to fight her. You know, they want to fight her. They're ganging up. They have to all gang up on you in order to win, right? And some people may have like... You might have been around people who try to like deceive you, lie to you. You know, you may know someone who does tarot in their intuitive practice. They may tell you things about yourself that aren't true, but it's really to like bring you down low, like to make you sad about yourself. Okay, this is really wild, but I do feel like for some of you, like there's something here about like people need to work together to bring you down, and then on top of that set a trap for you, and they still don't get what they want. Like they may want this woman on her knees, you know, begging them to leave her alone, but here you are standing in your power. You may not even, you're like, oh, hold on a minute. Oh, this is kind of warm. This is a cozy spot. Like that's how you like that. That's what you're saying. Like that's how they perceive you. They perceive you like they tried their best to bring you down, put everything they had into it, and here you are. You're like, oh, this is kind of warm. It's toasty in here. Anyway, obviously this pile here is very powerful. You know how to walk away. You know how to leave in it. You know how to leave. You know how to make an entrance too. Okay, that's what I'm getting. And not just to make an entrance. You know how to show up in people's lives, change it, and then walk the fuck right out. Because with this energy, I don't really see you participating you know, in low vibrational energy, but I do feel like it's around you. Okay, take these messages, take it only for resonance. I feel like for some of you, you're someone who stands completely in your power, and then others of you, you may be a bit of a pushover. And you know, either way, the people who select this pile have an essence to them, a very powerful essence. You know how to attract wealth or wealthy suitors. I feel like for the people here watching, you may very well become a trophy wife, or, you know, make an offer to become a trophy wife, or you may have already. Or anyway, I do definitely feel like you guys here are like powerful. There's something about you, okay, and it ticks off others, and they do what they can to bring you down, and you may not even realize it. It could be people close to you. Would be very argumentative individuals, very immature, or this could be like just one person for some of you. I do definitely feel like this group or people would feel rejected by you, or you rejected them. That could be a part of you preparing for this new love that's coming. What's this page of, or what's this Ace of Pentacles, Spirit? Can I get a clarifier for the Ace of Pentacles? Okay, so it's an opportunity. It's an opportunity you're going to get to be guided away from a heartbreak. Or it's an option you'll have to walk away from someone. And I feel like, honestly, you may be tempted to take it, but there could be like a downside about it. Or maybe, okay, you know, what more about this Ace of Pentacles? If I remember correctly, I believe this is the Queen of Cups. But I'm gonna double check by... Yeah, actually this is the King of Cups. Okay, for you guys... Alright, there's a situation here. It's a bit confusing, so, you know, I hope it makes sense, but, so maybe for some of you, okay, it's more than just this opportunity. I think for some of you, there is a situation that you are trying to guide yourself away from. There's somebody here I feel like you guys are trying to get away from. Oh. Sorry, sometimes my door opens on its own. Spooky when it happens, but anyway, I do feel like you guys are attempting to walk away or move away from someone, like you know, and you're taking opportunities that will get you away. But for some of you, I feel like the advice here is actually to stay more than it is to leave. I'm getting this feeling that this opportunity that you may not think is best for you is actually what's in alignment for you, at least for this new love. Okay, and this is going to resonate, especially if you have been anxious lately at night, you know, going back and forth, restless about, you know, when is this opportunity coming? When is this, you know, Nine of Cups? When am I going to get my wish get fulfilled? And it seems like, honestly, here, you might be actually you might be trying to leave the very situation you want, and you may not be aware of it. And it could have a lot to do with maybe this person, you know, you thinking you're not in alignment with them, you thinking that they rejected you, that they're low vibrational type shit. But actually, this person could very well be, they may not be telling you the truth, and the truth is coming though. This person is definitely going to come clean about something. And if you're curious, watch the previous pile, because I think the previous pile is this person, okay? But, you know, only if it resonates, only, you know, if you want to. But, because it's a long video, I'm not even gonna lie. But, yeah, okay, sheesh. You know, I don't even need to continue with the tarot. But then I'm like, yeah, what else would I do? So I'm gonna get into the oracles only when it's time though. Okay, wait up. Would you look at that? It came out. I do definitely feel like this pile here is a bit restless, especially at night. You guys are very anxious. You have a lot going on in your head, and it may very well be that some of the issues you have with this person reside more in the mental than it does in the physical. We got the Eight of Pentacles. I do feel like this, you are, hold up, we gotta cover her tits. Okay, I do feel like for you guys, like, you are, you guys are working on yourselves. I really feel like you're either working on yourself, this person's working on themselves, but I do feel like it's more so, you know, maybe the both of you. There's something here with this Eight of Pentacles. You're working on something. You're building it from scratch. And just how she's like created all these humans, for you guys, you probably have like a lot of saved drafts of something, like whether it's work, I don't know, if you're an artist, I think you have a bunch of like saved art that haven't been released. Like maybe you have a bunch of songs you have in the working draft stage, but you haven't actually produced any of them, but you're working on it. Or for some of you, like if you're drawing, you know, I don't know, just if you're working on making stuff like art, music, even webtoons for some of you watching, okay, or something along those lines. I do feel like you guys are working on your craft right now, which is exactly where you need to be. It's exactly what you need to be to manifest this new love, because it's all about you, baby. Look, when you meet your ideal soulmate, when you are in the right connection for you, when you choose yourself, you're actually choosing this other person. Does that make sense? When you're in the right place at the right time, choosing another person is in alignment with your highest good. And that choice isn't gonna, I mean, you know, I'm not gonna sit here and act like, you know, you'll never have to sacrifice, but I will. I feel like another way of thinking about it is like, choosing yourself in the right connection is just choosing the other person. Because that is how one you become. That's how you become one. I don't know. I don't even know if that really makes sense, but it does in my head. Like it's, you know, it's like your interest and value are these other people's interest and value. I'm not 100% sure though if actually that's the Queen or King. But it doesn't really matter, because I think the message here is still like this person would be for you. Because, yeah, I'm looking through the handbook, hoping to find an explanation of I wish it came with an explanation of the symbols, because it'll be like, that's this and this that. Like, the fuck? Anyway. That looks more like a queen's crown, and that looks more like a king's crown. But the queen's crown is usually more decorated. So we'll just go back to that being king of chalices. And if I'm wrong, oh well. Anyway. I think the messages still resonate here either way. Or, you know, they're supposed to. Alright, we got the Hanged One here in reverse. I do feel like someone's having a shift in perspective. Someone's mind is being changed as we speak. Then we also have the Three of Pentacles, especially in regards to low vibrational activities or past activities. Somebody here really is like realizing like the people they hung around, like the people, it's like someone underestimated how the people you spend your time with affects you. Like someone's thinking like, oh, like other people don't affect me, I'm an individual. Like someone thought here that their experience on this planet was like a solo one, but actually like we're surrounded by people and people affect us all the time, and you gotta be mindful about that. And also like we need other people, case in point, blank period. All right, and no matter who you are, chances are you're not in the middle of nowhere living by yourself. You're with others, and so it's important to be mindful about who you keep in your energy. So whether that's you learning this or the other person learning this, either way, I feel like it's a lesson. Then we got the Ace of Swords. You will be hearing something from a past person. I'm thinking this King of Cups. Oh, it's Pentacles. It's not even fucking Cups. Oh my god. Why did I think Cups? I think it's because like someone's being offered. I don't know. I was thinking, girl. whatever. I do feel like it might be the Queen, actually, the Queen of Pentacles. Just because we have fertility and the baby, so I do think this crown here is a symbol of the Queen. I still feel like, though, either this is, you know, the goal is for you to love yourself, or the goal is for someone, the person you're gonna love is also someone on that same level. Okay, we got the Fool card here in reverse. It does definitely feel like someone missed their chance to choose you, but the truth is going to come out about that situation. All right. You may just very well be receiving a message from this person. I think I'm going to wrap up the tarot here. Yeah, and I saw this card earlier, Four of Pentacles. You know, potentially you're gonna know why they chose to be very distant or quick with you. It's something about them not really giving you what you deserve. Like, you weren't receiving the love you deserve from this person if you were in a connection with them. It's something about, like, them finally explaining why they treated you the way they did, or I don't know, but you will be getting closure if closure is what you're looking for, or if you were looking for a second start with this person. I do also feel like that would be the time for you guys. Pile number 2, it does seem like the person, this new love, is an old person from the past. But what more can they say? Okay, so we got codependency. Addictions are affecting your romantic life. I do feel like what the truth you're gonna find out is maybe this person has codependent issues, and potentially you were so self-sufficient. Like, there's something about you that's powerful, right? We were discussing this the whole time. I was discussing this the whole time throughout the reading, and it definitely does seem like this ability to be fine by yourself, because it's an essence to you. It's not something you can mask or hide. People know when they meet you. Like, you may have an effect on them, but they may not have so much of an effect on you. And to the wrong people, to the insecure people, that's a challenge that they don't want to overcome. Okay, and so they may do low vibrational things to get you to feel worse about yourself, so that they feel like they have a place in your life, which is sad that people do that, but it's a thing, right? I do definitely feel like you guys, I mean, I don't think this pile is really the one struggling with codependency, but you know, if you are, you know, this is something that you need to learn before you can welcome in a new love in your life, or this past person. Anyway, I do feel like codependency here is something you're either going to have to work on to prepare for this new love, or your new love has to work on it. Something like that. Okay, we also got free yourself. It's time to take back your control of your life. For some of you, if you are in a relationship and it's getting really unhealthy and very codependent, then this message here is the sign to leave the connection. Take that only if it resonates, please. Okay, and then the last card I'm going to pull from this oracle is religious factors. Your love life is influenced by your religious upbringing and spiritual path. So, with this message, you know, I feel like you guys are being encouraged to embark on the journey of self-love and self-discovery before you meet this new person. All right, to really promote this connection for others of you. I feel like maybe you're already on that journey, and to keep that into consideration, that maybe your partner might have other beliefs than you. Okay. Yeah, okay. So Spirit, what else can you tell us with this other oracle deck about the situation, the new love coming in for this pile? So we got show the world the real you, full moon in Aquarius. Okay, so I feel like some of you might be Aquariuses. Don't really need to be. Yeah, something here about being in your authentic truth. At this time, you are being called to stand in your power, and that power is meant to be rooted in self-love. Okay, and it seems like for a lot of you, if you haven't already awoken to your inner goddess, it's your time. Now is your time. No matter, you know, what your age is, where you've been, what you've experienced, it is time for you to stand in your power, because people have been trying to take you out of power for like however long you've been alive. And it seems like none of their tactics are really working, but now it's time for you to make it even harder for them by loving yourself, by choosing to respect yourself, your boundaries, honor yourself, you know, and don't accept anything less than what you believe you deserve, and you deserve the fucking best. So if someone has less than subpar shit to offer you, don't accept it. And honestly, especially if you resonate with the twin flame journey, right, especially if you resonate with that, the advice here is to not accept this person until they're like healthy, mind, body, and soul, until they're at that place where you can love them unconditionally, because they're not holding themselves back by doing low vibrational shit no more. All right, I'm gonna pull one more card from this Moon Oracle, and then I'm gonna move on to the next pile. Oh, 2 cards came out. All right, so we got, you know, time to breathe out, disseminating moon. I think that's how you say that. A win-win outcome is forecast. So, okay, you know, no matter what you're dealing with in this new love situation, I do definitely feel like you guys are encouraged to just, you know, also relax in the middle of all this as well. You know, really take a deep breath, especially if you start to feel like your emotions are getting a little too out of control, too high. Like, take a moment. Okay, breathe. Just really sit with yourself for a second here. And I do feel like you will create an outcome, or an outcome will present itself where you are in a win-win situation with another person, okay? Take that however it resonates. It may not even be just about your love life, because Spirit will talk about whatever Spirit is going to relay. Let me tell you, I haven't done tarot for very long, but I can say this for sure. When Spirit wants to relay a message, Spirit will relay the message, even if it's not the message you want to hear. So that's just how it works. All right, my lovely pile 2, thank you guys so much for watching. I do appreciate you taking this time out with me to enjoy this moment. And yeah, you know, have a good one. Consider liking, subscribing. I would appreciate a comment of any kind. Comment, I'm here from pile number 2. You know, whatever else you gotta say. But yeah, I appreciate you so much. Take care. Bye. All right. Hello, pile number 3. Thank you guys so much for watching. You're my final pile. And let me say, the energy has been very beautiful, very aligning, but I'm also glad to be grounded in yours now. So for pile number 3, I chose this lapis lazuli. I think that's how you say it, because look at it. It's so pretty, and it has a very gentle and calming nature to it. I feel like the pile here watching may resonate with water energy. You may be a water sign, but I do feel like for some of you, it's just more like a tranquility. I feel like you guys have a tranquil essence to you. I also really do feel like blue is a good color for you. It's something about blue. It's very calming, very deep. Soft girl is coming to mind. I don't know. Maybe you guys resonate with that. There's just something about you. It's very, you're very soft, I guess. I don't know. Maybe you could be, I don't know if it's like a skin texture, or if it's more of like a, you know, a personality, like you're easygoing. I don't really see this a pile being argumentative, but I haven't tapped fully into the energy just based on surface here. You know, you may have like a Cancer or Scorpio rising, or, you know, a Pisces rising, or it could be your moon, it could be in your big 3. There is a water sign placement here, I feel like, for this pile that makes you very, it's like obvious when people meet you. They are very, like, internally, it feels like your internal clockwork. I don't want to project and assume, but it does feel kind of healthy, you know. I don't know. I might, once I tap into the energy, maybe I'll say something different. I don't know. I don't want to assume, but if that's the case, congrats, good for you. If not, don't worry. We're working towards it. We're getting there, if that is something you want. Okay, so I'm going to cleanse this space here with the Palo Santo. Intentions here are to clear any negative energy out of the space, previous energies from past piles, right? I also want to welcome in good energy, the good vibes, channeling with spirit to receive clear and precise messages that will align us with our highest good. Okay, just took a moment here. Oh my god, I hate when that happens. And like, I'll always be so intentional not to let that happen, and then it happens anyway, and I'm like, bruh. Also, I thought I would mention this for at least one of my piles. So you guys are my self-care, self-love pile for sure. I do just get that from the general energy. Or if you're not, you know, you're being encouraged right now to actually indulge a little bit in some self-love. You know, whether that's getting your lashes did, or, you know, your eyebrows or something, you know, maybe you guys like to get waxes. I don't know, whatever you do, nails, you know, whatever you do to really, to give into yourself. You are being encouraged to do for you right now, because you guys deserve it. Simply put, you deserve that level of love. You deserve it. Okay, do for you what you would want someone to do for you. Bars. Okay, so Spirit, what do people need to know to prepare for their new love? What does pile number 3 need to know to prepare for new love coming in their life? So we got the Chariot here, and we also got the Sun card. Okay. This pile's energy is very different than the past 2 piles. I feel like this pile is like in between the 2. I feel like for you guys, right, what you need to do to prepare is really to prepare to have someone in your life. Prepare for joy. Prepare for love. Prepare to accept it as well. I do feel like you guys are being encouraged to just embrace love in whatever forms it comes to you. If you're trying to welcome more, that is the key to success here, is welcoming love. Okay, and also being in a high vibrational state. So, you know, start writing down the things you're grateful for. Really truly put yourself in a mindset, even if you feel like you're not ready to start thinking this way, it's got to start at some point, and you can do it gradually. But have a little journal. Take like 5 minutes out of your day to sit down and ground yourself. Okay, meditation, prayer. Remind yourself why you're happy to be alive, why you're looking for love in the first place. I do feel like for this pile, for you guys, it's something about like being in the energy to receive, because the love you want, you may not be in the frequency to receive. Or yeah. Okay, what do they need to know to prepare Spirit for the new love coming their way? I feel like for this pile, there really is like a new love, but we got the 4 of Cups here in reverse. Okay, so maybe you guys may have a tendency to push people out of your energy. I feel like for you guys, it's overcoming that. It's something about like you don't really want to let people get too close to you. Like you don't want people to get close. Okay, and maybe you're being encouraged actually to open up a little bit, and you can do that by like working on what your internal voice says to you. And with this Chariot card, I do feel like it's something about pursuing love. Like you need to show some initiative as well. Whether you're the feminine or a masculine situation, you are being encouraged to show initiative. So maybe like have a vlog, not vlog, oh my god, what's it called? Maybe a Hinge dating profile type of thing, right? Like really put yourself out there. It seems to be like the advice here. If you want it, grab it. There's nothing really stopping you. And for some of you, maybe you're kind of like waiting around for something to happen, and it's not like a bad approach, but in this particular case, it may not be the best approach for manifesting new love. And another thing too is maybe you kind of given up, you're kind of pessimistic about it. Well, that's something you need to work on in order to welcome more love in your life. and accept love in all forms as long as it's pure and authentic, right? So friendships, you know, familiar love, welcome that in your life as well if you've been kind of closed off from your family for a little bit. And it's all about love, and you'll find the right type of love when you're looking for it in the right places, okay? You get this Knight of Cups. I believe this is the new person coming your way. This person can be a bit timid, but they are very suave. They are a Knight of Cups, so they definitely have a love offer for you, and they can be kind of charming, very romantic. I'm feeling Piscean energy, so they could scare very easily. So you do got to be mindful about what you say around them. You know, especially if you use harsh words, you know, maybe not do that, but I do feel like you have a romantic offer coming to you. You have someone who's interested in you, but maybe this person has seen you give up on love before, like you said it, or it's something about your aura, and that's what you need to do to prepare for it. You know, prepare for it by welcoming it. And I'm kind of getting this sense, like, don't assume who this person is. You may not be very well acquainted with them, so you may not know how they truly feel about you. Honestly, focus more on the advice than the who, right? I don't know. I do feel like you guys are kind of bombarded with options. Maybe for some of you, there could be a past option that keeps like intervening in this reading. You know, we will do our best to ignore them. Just because this reading is not really about old love, although the past two piles were. This pile in particular, I do feel like you guys are ready for something new, and I'm trying to help you get there. So, Spirit, how can pile number 3 manifest this new love? Okay, we got the Hierophant here. How can pile number 3 manifest new love, Spirit? This new love. I really do feel like it's a lot about releasing your fears for this pile, and also how you perceived relationships to be. Okay, you guys, you are very attached to a concept or a way of being. I do feel like for this pile, it's a bit of a stubborn energy. There's Taurus in the Hierophant, and I mean, there's Leo in the Sun, Cancer, but I'm really feeling like Taurus, TBH. But anyway, for you guys, I do feel like this pile here has it's something about, like, maybe you don't really accept unconventionality or the way things are in the modern times. I feel like there could be some resistance here, and you are being asked to release it, to let go of the blockages, to let go of what is not serving you, to be completely honest here. Especially with this 5 of Wands, I'm really feeling like, you know, there's an energy of, you know, like, let the conflict go, let the misunderstandings go. If someone doesn't understand your true authenticity, your peace, you know, you don't need to sit there and argue with them or try to convince them. Just stand in your power and walk away. Maybe some of you are learning how to do that. You know, I do feel like, though, there's something here, like, maybe you don't want to accept certain things. Like, you know, maybe there was a time where, okay, you know, really truly only take this message if it resonates, but I feel like maybe for some of you, especially if you're a feminine here, you don't want to put any initiative. Like, maybe you feel like it's the masculine's responsibility to do all the work, and romance, like, to pursue you, to plan every date, to pay for every meal. You know, and I think, like, that's not necessarily, like, a bad way of thinking. But I feel like there needs to be some balance here, because, you know, maybe the person maybe your soulmate isn't going to come to you like that. Maybe your soulmate isn't actually somebody who has all that going for them yet. Maybe that's something you two can build together. Or, you know, for some of you, maybe, I don't know, like, I do feel like, you know, there could be this an issue with expectations that's causing you to kind of close up. You know, like, you're expecting a certain kind of person, but maybe that person does not exist for you at this time. You know, I'm not gonna, like, say that you shouldn't want what you want, but for this pile, I feel like it's something about having more realistic expectations, or if not expectations, it's something like, it seems like you believe in something or a tradition or a norm that has outlived its practicality, Okay, you know, maybe, you know, there was a time where men were supposed to provide for women in certain ways. There was a time where it was a man's responsibility to plan every date, to, you know, do all the work, right? There, but that was unhealthy for everybody involved in that situation, right? For the men and the women. It seems like it's an ideal you've kept, you know, especially about true love, but it could be the thing holding you back from being in love. It's really not that your expectations are unrealistic. Honestly, it's just more like the expectations you're upholding were for a timeline of human history that, by the way, it didn't even work out for the era that it existed. For the time where men were responsible for everything, it did not, it really didn't work out in everyone's best interest. Okay, and that's really obvious when you go back and watch the movies, you know, from that time. Like if you go, well, you know, if you watch, like, let's say a TV show that's supposed to be realistic about how life was during a certain era in human history, I mean, I'm gonna be for real, these values, right? Like the man's supposed to do this, the man's supposed to do that. If he doesn't love you, etc., etc. You know, they date back to a time where a man had full control of his wife. He told her when she could leave the house, when she could stay at home, what she was allowed to do. You know, basically his wife was a daughter, to be completely honest, right? In that time frame, that was how people perceived love to be, you know, right? And not just even love, but, you know, a woman's place. But evidently with time, you know, human beings have realized women can do more than just make children. We can be doctors. We can fly to the fucking moon. Some of us are so intelligent, in fact, that will probably be the cure to cancer. So my point is, like, you are multifaceted individual. There are layers to you. You are highly intelligent. And there's an essence to you where you seem very prim and proper. And that is gonna attract, you know, your ideal mate, your ideal person. But it feels like you don't want it if it doesn't come to you a certain way. Like, you don't want a man or I really feel like this pile is a feminine energy, really, I'm tapping into. But this could also apply to my masculines. You know, maybe, you know, there could be a masculine here watching who's expecting a woman to do all the cleaning in the house, to do all the domestic work, you know, basically kind of to mother him, to be honest. But it seems like, you know, that is not going to work out for you, because you lose out on some autonomy here as well. Like, remember, the goal is to, you know, love yourself with another person. But according to these traditions and ideals you're trying to uphold, potentially for some of you, maybe you're like a part of an older generation, I feel like what you're gonna get is the exact opposite. You're not gonna be able to love yourself because you're too busy taking care of someone else. And this applies to both the feminine and the masculine in the situation. So, you know, you're busy trying to cook and clean and do all the house, all the domestic work. And, you know, we're not really living in a time where one person households that make, like, a breadwinner, like a single breadwinner in the household isn't really realistic anymore. So to be honest, what you may find is you may get yourself in a situation where you're dating someone or married to somebody who still needs you to help pay the bills, and on top of that you're doing all the domestic work. This is a recipe for you to feel exhausted, drained, and tired every day. Okay, and let alone adding children to the mix. Okay, and if it becomes your sole responsibility to raise those kids, because in the dynamic where the man is the breadwinner, his only real responsibility is to make money. Outside of that, he can do as he pleases. Meanwhile, the mother in this, you know, in this family household or whatever, in this dynamic, is expected to do everything else, and that is incredibly draining, and it's incredibly exhausting, and you honestly wouldn't want to end up in a situation like that. But, you know, you may end up accepting a situation like that. You know, maybe you might find someone who appears to be doing very well financially, and then, you know, let's say you guys get married, and then you find out, oh, X, Y, and Z. Maybe this person actually isn't that stable. Maybe their income isn't that much better than mine or whatever, right? And I'm just really feeling like you would benefit from a more like, from the kind of relationship you don't want to enter is what I'm getting. It is more complex. It just feels very complex. I'm like kind of tiptoeing around trying to explain what I'm feeling and what I think is the advice here, what I feel like should be done. Remember, trust yourself better than me. Trust your own intuition here. But if the messages are resonating, chances are there is something you are meant to take from this. I feel like, right, what's stopping you or what's preventing you or what you need to prepare on is kind of like, the way you perceive relationships and what is fair, what is equal. I feel like for some of you, you have fears here, deep-seated fears from your childhood. For others of you, it's learning to say no to the same old bullshit, same old patterns, and for others of you, it's to kind of accept the unconventionalness of modern day dating, right? And that doesn't mean you need to get into any situationships. No. But be kind of comfortable with the idea of splitting the bill, Like maybe for some of you, you really do just want to be a trophy wife. Good luck with that, of course. But if your goal here is to, look for true, authentic, genuine, high vibrational love, I don't know if you're going to really find it in that exact position. And I do feel like this pile, whatever it is your thing is, or you may have a combination of all three, I do feel like, there's this reluctancy to let go. And funny I said balance, because I was really feeling like the Justice card wanted to come through, but I couldn't see it anywhere. But here she is. So period. I'm tapped in. But anyway, y'all, like really it is about like letting this go. That's kind of what you need to do to prepare for this new love, because it does definitely seem like there is an offer here, and I do think that this pile will like this person when they do reveal themselves. They are taking their time with their approach. They don't want to rush anything with you, and that's another thing, right? Like modern day dating is a bit rushed, right? People kind of just jump into bed after the first date, but that's not the advice here, to be honest. The advice here isn't really to do that. The advice here is to more or less to take the unconventional approach that modern dating allows us to have, right? So like be comfortable with either splitting the bill or switching, between who pays and who also plans the date. We want your ideal relationship is one where it's very balanced, very equal. So you and this other person are gonna like see each other as equals. You both may have a business type of thing, or I do feel like, both of you are gonna probably have your own, sources of income. I do feel like there's a lot of like independence, all right? I do feel like, or if not independence, each other's autonomy will be valued in this connection. That's gonna be your sign that you've met the right person, is when you feel like they respect they respect you as a person, they respect your autonomy, your individuality, they respect it. So, what they're gonna do is like, they're never gonna tell you where you can go, but maybe they won't like you clubbing type of thing, but they won't stop you. They're not gonna stop you from living your life. This is going to be someone who's very supportive, They're also going to be there for you too, like, because they know how to get themselves out of shit. They're going to be able to help you get out of shit too. This is, I am feeling like a lifelong partner type of thing. You're gonna actually be with this person and stay with them too, because they're gonna do the work. They're not gonna leave you to clean and cook by yourself after dinner. They're gonna help out. This is somebody who's going to take out the trash without you needing to ask. And this is also someone who will spend time with their kids. Like in this case, if this is the masculine here, this is someone who's going to help take care of the children, and vice versa. This is someone that's going to need you every step of the way, and you're going to need them. It's something about like balance, equality. Like, you may think you know what you want for yourself. You may want a man who can provide everything and, like a billionaire, but I'm going to be honest, those are usually the type of men who cheat. Those are the type of men that leave you to do everything, and then they go off, live their crazy lives, and like forget kind of their wife and kids. All right, like, to be honest, you want someone who's more family oriented and loving, and that's the person Spirit has for you. That's your new love. That's your ideal love. But it seems like you might be clouded a little bit by expectations that may not even be yours. They could be from the generation above you. They could have been taught to you, told to you. They may not actually resonate with you, but it does feel like this pile has taken it in, and maybe it's about unlearning that. Whew. If the messages really resonate, then consider booking with me. All right, so Spirit, what can you tell us about this new love coming to pile 2 using these oracle decks? You know, maybe this is going to be a thing that motivates you into, we got children at the bottom of the deck. This could be the thing that motivates you to do your spiritual work. Yeah. Ooh. Forgiving and learning. This is amazing. This is amazing, honestly. Amazing energy here. As you release and heal the past, you experience more love in your present moment. And I do definitely feel like for this pile, that's like the recommendation. That's the number one, like what you need to prepare for, what work you need to put yourself through to really get this outcome here. And the outcome of like a just and fair love. This card, I feel like it wants to come out. I'm going to just... Your love life is being affected by children. Okay, that's interesting. That's interesting. I'm going to put it right back. I don't know. We'll see. I thought it was going to be like, oh, you guys are going to have kids together. I don't fucking know. All right, but let's see here. As you release and heal the past, you experience more love in the present moment. Well, do I need to really add anything else here? Okay, you guys. What are the other messages about this new love? I do feel like there's a lot here about you guys releasing, okay? Releasing old thoughts, old patterns, healing, elevating, okay? For you guys, truly, genuinely, I feel like the advice here for you is to let go of the past, to let go of past hurt and pain that has warped your perspective. If you really think, and I'm sorry, this is another thing too, and you know, if you really do believe that it's someone's responsibility to do everything in a relationship, that to me sounds very unhealthy. Okay, what kind of relationships have you been in where someone does all the labor, right? They're usually unhealthy dynamics. And that is something I feel like this pile kind of needs to revisit, relook at, you know, heal. About this new love. Okay, we'll take these last 2 cards. We got religious factors. You know, maybe you and this person may not have the same spiritual beliefs, but you might be, you know, called to expand your spiritual awareness. Or this person might have a different spiritual belief, and that it can either be conflict or it can be something that is a positive thing in your relationship. Ooh, we got pay attention to the red flags. The signs are cautioning you. Okay, yeah, you know, maybe there is someone on your mind, someone you're thinking about that you want to be with, but maybe it's not working. Like, it's something about like past people, needing to release past people. You know, take that as it resonates. We also got the wedding. This situation involves wedding. So definitely this new person and you will be together. And we got past life relationship. Okay, you have known each other, and that's another sign to look out for with this new person. Is first of all, pay attention to red flags. If this person has any red flags, you know, you got to decide for yourself what can you put up with, what can you not. And then for others of you, this connection that's coming towards you, this new love, once you do your side of the work, you know, is going to lead to a marriage, and you will know this person. Like when you meet them, you're going to immediately feel like, I've known this person from a past life. Me and them have known each other from a past life. All right, so what other messages can we get from this oracle deck about the new love coming into pile 3's life? Okay, well, this card seemed like I want to come out. We got emotions are running high. This woohoo supermoon. You guys are going to feel a lot. You're going to feel more than you typically do, more than you normally do around this person, or it's going to feel like that. Okay, ooh, we got a lot of full moon energy here. Oh, we got show the real you. Full moon Aquarius. Stand in your authentic power. This what's gonna attract this person. And I think that's what the message here earlier in the reading. This message here is about this concept, about showing the real you, about vibrating on a higher frequency, loving yourself, doing all that so that you can attract this person. That's what's going to attract them to you. They're going to be like, oh, this person's a safe place because they're the sun. They're this beautiful, loving energy. They don't even wish ill upon themselves. It's unlikely they'll wish ill upon me, and I can trust this person. That's what's going to attract them to you. But keep in mind, you know, keep it authentic. Don't be doing this just so you can attract your soulmate. You don't want to meet them before you're ready for them. All right. Do the work that you need to be in your authentic energy. Okay, for this pile, that's the main message here. You may think you have it all figured out and gotten it together, but that's just the ego projecting itself, projecting an image. Be the real you. The real you doesn't rely on manipulation or underhanded tactics to be loved. The real you is authentic and remains in this authenticity until the right people show up. Pay attention to red flags, okay? All right, and then we got ooh, child. We got another full moon here. We got full moon energy, babes. A fury climax approaches. Fury, I hope I said that right. Yeah, well, you know, that could be interpreted one of many ways. On the bottom of the deck, we got it's time to take action, new moon in Aries. So that's interesting. And we got yet another full moon card behind that. Surrender to the divine. You guys are learning how to... Oh, wait a minute. Okay, we got purple energy here. Okay, we have purple full moons. We also have a red. There's two messages here I want to talk about. Red/orange, but I'm going to interpret that as red because I do feel like for you guys, there's some spiritual work you need to work on your solar plexus. Sorry, on your chakra points. We got crown chakra here with purple, and then I know this is like kind of an orangey reddish, but with Aries, I do think red. I think fire. And so work on your root chakra with I am statements, and with your crown chakra, work on I understand the statements. These are the like words associated with these chakra points that will help you remove blockages, because it does feel like you guys, especially with the surrender to the divine card. So your crown chakra is where you receive divine guidance, divine intuition. And it does feel like there could be a blockage here associated with your crown chakra. So maybe you're not really able to receive as much divine guidance as you need to navigate the situation. So something you can do to really help promote that, you know, promote authentic, original, like to promote like spirit channeling through you, you know, like to really, it's not just for this person, but it's also for you more than anything. Because we got to surrender to the divine card. You guys do resist the plan quite a bit. Your angels can orchestrate an event or a meeting for you to attend to meet this person, and you may like skip out on it because you're like, oh, this person's or something is a drag. Like I feel like for some of you guys, you actually have probably missed a lot of opportunities already to meet this person or to do the work unintentionally. Okay, it's not like, you know, you're aware you're missing out on these opportunities, but you do it because there could be some blockages here. All right. And I say this as a friend. I say this as someone who cares. It feels like there are some things you can do for yourself to really remove that, so you can actually move towards the right people here and to the right places. So surrendering to the divine, learning to trust yourself is how you really do that. And sometimes, honestly, you know, really work on your crown chakra. Okay, work on I understand statements. I understand that I am safe and loved by the universe. I understand that there is a plan for me. Okay, I understand that I'm loved, you know, by my angels, by God. I understand XYZ. You fill in statements, and you'll be surprised when you want to know. Like, start off by creating your own I understand statements. These are pretty much words that you can use to manifest certain things into reality, but it's really just speaking your authentic truth. And you'll be surprised about what you will find from deep within you that wants to come out, right? Like you may not have, like you might go to say it and you're like not thinking of what to say, what you're gonna say, but then once you start writing it down, you'll be surprised how your hand just writes down all these things that you needed to hear all this time, and you didn't even realize you needed to hear it until you were in this exact situation where you opened up an opportunity for yourself to connect within you, to know what you need, to heal, to fix, to love, to care for, you know, within yourself. And purple is this color is associated with the crown chakra, and it does feel like you guys need to work on that a little bit. So wear purple, be in purple light. I personally have multicolored light bulbs, and it's been lovely, let me tell you. And then we also have like the root chakra here with these two cards. So you know, my advice really here for this is like, you know, work on I am statements. Like I am beautiful, I am loved, I am caring, I am safe, I am in alignment with my highest potential, with my most good. Oh my gosh, hold up, I need to take a sip of water. Oh my gosh. Anyway, my throat started to get kind of weird there. But you know, work on I am statements. Okay. Take action. Words of affirmation are going to be your guys' best tools for manifesting, especially if you are a earth sign like Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo. All right. And you wear some red as well, or you spend some time here. It's going to really help you be in your authentic truth. For some of you, I feel like you might have like a Mars placement in Aries, you know, or Moon in Aries for others of you. Random note. Look at your birth charts, find out if that's true. Take it if it resonates. If it don't worry. It wasn't meant for you. But okay, I do also feel like you guys really do have some power, some fury in you that needs to be released. Okay, I do feel like the encouragement is to step in your masculine energy, because you guys do present very feminine. You have a very gentle nature to you, and you are trying to come off as highly feminine, but the truth is all beings have both feminine and masculine energy. Nobody's really one way or the other, right? Like you wouldn't want to be with a man who's had no feminine energy, because then they could never connect with you emotionally, or they never acknowledge the emotions, because femininity, and you know, part of feminine nature is emotion, is about the intuition, is about emotions, and everybody possesses both feminine and masculine energy. Men also produce estrogen, women also produce testosterone. Okay, that's like a physical, tangible way of explaining everybody is both masculine and feminine. But you want a balance of both, or it's time for you to acknowledge you have a balance of both. It's time for you to take that fury nature in you and release. Oh my God, for you guys, you may have some throat chakra issues. For some of you, okay, because I'm experiencing a lot of like throat chakra like release. Like I'm like, as I'm saying all of this, I feel like within my throat, I'm like experiencing a weird sensation. It's like, it's very interesting. It's like warm energy that feels like, it's like if someone poured like warm water down my throat, you know, which is like weird to explain it like that, but that's kind of just how it's coming to me. And I feel like, you know, for this pile here, like watching, I'm like really tapping into your energy here. Like you guys have a lot of like, you have a lot to say. You have a bright mind. You have a fury nature to you. And for some of you, you know, maybe you've been trying to like hide it, but it's time for you to really just embrace it and find the balance, okay? Find the balance that works best for you. But don't be afraid to ask someone out on a date, all right? Don't be afraid to shoot your shot. Don't be afraid to step in your masculine. Even if it doesn't work out for you, you are intended to embody both energies. But when you stay in one longer than the other, you become unbalanced. All right, when you're too submissive, when you're too, you know, like, what's the word, like, distant, I guess, from society or emotions or whatever, then you miss out on, you know, anyway. Take that, especially if you relate as a shut-in. So, anyways, you guys, I appreciate you watching this video. I thank you so much for spending this time and space with me. Yeah, you know, I really hope that, you know, this helps align you, you know, manifesting a new love that will actually last, because everyone deserves love. All right. But yeah, that was the message. I do hope you enjoyed. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.